So you would like to travel this year, but you're not sure if it's really the right time. I mean, there's so many things going on that it's really hard to tell. Today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why maybe you should and 3 reasons maybe why you shouldn't. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, I'm gonna start with the, I would say bad news first, just because we've all been stuck at home for so long. I know we are all ready to get the heck out of here and travel as much as possible. But I wanna start with the 3 reasons maybe why you wouldn't wanna travel, so we can get them out of the way and start talking about the reasons why you do wanna travel. Number 1 reason maybe to postpone travel until 2022 is the new COVID cases. There is a chance with this new Delta variant and new cases technically on the rise that it could affect your vacations. There might be new lockdowns, there might be new cancellations, and so it's just something that might happen. That's not to say you shouldn't travel at all, just something that you want to consider when you're deciding whether you should plan for 2021 or 2022. Now, if you do decide to plan to travel this year, make sure you are booking only things that have cancellation policies that will make sure you can cancel with no penalties, that will give you your money back, and or have insurance that will make sure that you get your money back. And then that way, if it does shut down, you'll be really disappointed, but at least your investment will be protected. Reason number 2 is the airports right now are complete let's just say chaos. They don't have enough staff still. They're starting to try to hire people to cover the staff. There is a massive flood of people that are traveling, and so things are a little bit crazy right now. Again, not a reason necessarily not to travel, but just something that you need to plan for and plan ahead and know it's gonna happen and just be prepared. Just make sure if you're traveling this year that you get there nice and early so that you have plenty of time to get through TSA. So whether it's 20 minutes or an hour and a half, you are still fine. You can still get through just fine. Also, customs. There is a website that talks about the customs weights. And as you can see, some of the customs lines can be quite high. That's just here in the US. If you travel abroad, the same thing could happen. So again, not a reason not to travel, but just make sure you're planning for that. Use the bathroom before you get in line. Bring extra snacks. Bring something to read or something to keep the kids occupied while they're in line, and just plan for it. And then if it goes faster than that, great, but at least you are prepared in case it does end up being a long wait. All right, reason number 3, prices sadly are going way up. It's a combination of companies trying to recover from COVID and prices are higher. Combination of demand. There's a lot of people wanting to travel right now and it's causing prices to go up. So just know if you travel this year, prices could be a little more inflated. Now, I haven't seen this absolutely everywhere. There are still some deals to be had, but in general, you aren't going to be finding those steals that you were finding during the lockdowns when things were super cheap. Things really are starting to rise right now. This could stabilize in 2022. It might stay elevated. So just waiting until 2022 isn't necessarily going to be a guarantee that you'll have better pricing. But again, just something that you want to consider if you want to travel in the next year or so. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Why maybe you should travel this year. All right, reason number 1, crowds. Okay, this one's tricky because there are some places like Hawaii where crowds are really kind of on the rise. There's a ton of people flooding into Hawaii, so it's getting really packed, and there's still a lot of crowds in Hawaii. However, there are some places in Europe and some of these other places around the world that still have social distancing. They still have limited capacity, and so by going to some of those places now, you will be able to enjoy them at a limited capacity. And if where you're going, you're not sure if it's limited capacity or not, make sure you check ahead, and you could always see what their current COVID conditions are and whether or not they have limited capacity. So if there's a place you've always wanted to go and they still have limited capacity, this year might be the perfect time to go and enjoy it without all of the crazy crowds. But remember, it's not everywhere, so make sure you check ahead. Okay, reason number 2 is there are economies that rely maybe not solely, but very heavily on travel and tourism. So by our willingness to travel this year, if we feel comfortable and safe doing so, we can help these economies recover. And now a lot of the top 10 countries that rely on tourism, there's a lot of island nations that are on this list. But as an example, let me give you 3 and help to illustrate what I mean. So the first one is the Maldives. Now this one has 75% of their GDP is reliant on travel and tourism, and 36% of their jobs are reliant on travel and tourism. So when COVID happened and that that all went away, you can see how badly it affected that country. By us traveling to those places again, it is helping those economies recover. Another one is the Bahamas. They are 48% of their GDP, and 56% of their jobs are due to travel and tourism. And then the last one I want to mention is Seychelles. It's 64% of their GDP, and 63% of their jobs are due to travel and tourism. So if you can travel to a country that is heavily dependent on travel and tourism for their economy, help them recover more quickly. And the last reason, and quite honestly, I think it's the reason that trumps all of them, is because of our sanity and because we really, really want to. I mean, if you feel comfortable traveling this year with all of the strains coming back and potential close downs and potential cancellations and, needing a vaccine or testing or whatever, if you still would like to travel regardless, I say go for it. Some of us just need to get out for our sanity. Some of us just need to get out just to live life again. And to be honest, this is the perfect year to do those trips you've always wanted to do, because as we've learned through COVID, there's no guarantees in this life. There's no guarantees that there's going to be a better time. There's no guarantees that it's not going to hit us and everything's going to completely shut down again. So to be honest, if you have a chance to travel this year and you feel good doing it, freaking go for it, man, because we don't know what the future holds. And if we wait around, we might miss our chance. All right, so with all of that, if you do decide that you want to travel, we have a new resource for you. If you'd like to check it out, I have it linked below. That'll help you stay organized and plan and give you all of our tips and tricks. And then also these videos here should help you out with any travel plans that you would like to take this year. And other than that, thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.